Do you know that 90% of investors would love to get more information or understanding on real estate assignments? If you are looking to unlock the secrets of real estate assignments, you are at the right place. Hi everyone, welcome to Awais Surahyo show. My name is Awais Surahyo. I'm a founder of Surahyo Realty, a boutique brokerage and a real estate broker. Professionally, I am experienced for last 20 plus years servicing customer service, investment, insurance, and now real estate industry. Today, we will be looking at real estate assignments. What are real estate assignments? How does it work? Plus the ins and outs and challenges that we will discuss. At the same time, we will be looking at a real life example that will elaborate more on real estate assignments. So please stay till the end. And before I forget, please do like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. So next, why did I choose this topic and how does this benefit you? Yes, I'm in a Superman t-shirt. If you are a realtor or connected with a property buyer or seller, you know we have to be Superman nowadays to take benefit or sell assignments. So now we look at the main topic. What are real estate assignments? Real estate assignment is a sales transaction where original buyer, we call them assigner, allows another buyer, we call them assignee, to take over the purchase they've done on a property. This happens before original buyer close on the property. The new buyer, assignee, will now take over and do the closing on their behalf. In short, assignment clause allows buyer to take benefit and sell the home before doing the closing. In Ontario, usually assignments are synonymous with pre-built homes and condos. However, assignment can also be associated with other trades. For example, in this situation, these are based on purchase agreement or contracts. They can also be associated with lease. So what is the purpose of assignments? Assignments actually allow investors to take benefit of deals. They can exit the deals, they can profit from the deals, and also enable buyers to step into opportunities if they are starting from scratch. So before we get into assignments, why there's so much attention to assignments? I'm sure all of you have heard what is happening with assignments. Just to brief you, how does assignment work? For a pre-sale or pre-construction, when you go to the developer, you put down a small deposit and agree to buy a property. The rest of the deposit will be due at the end, which is called the time of handover or closing date. Now, what did it trigger since last 1 year? Number one, banks will only loan you money depending on the purchase price. So if the purchase price is $1 million, they will loan you based on your deposit, let's say 15-20%, they'll loan you the 80%. The challenge now is happening since last 1.5 years. The value of the property is coming lower than expected. Number two, challenge happening when the mortgage takes place. Based on your income, there's a certain monthly payment is decided. If the monthly payment is, let's say, $3,000, in the old days, based on now when the interest rates are high, your payment might be higher now at $4,000 or $4,300. That is what is affecting a lot of people. They are not able to afford the payment based on the property they bought. So these are few examples that are triggering the whole assignment challenge currently. So what are real estate assignments? As I mentioned earlier, if I am a buyer and I'm buying a property, putting a certain deposit, and then I will close this property at a certain closing date. However, before the closing date, if I am planning to assign this property, I will be called assigner. I will have to find a buyer who will be now assignee, who will be taking over the rules and obligations of my contract. Once they take over the assignee, they will be, or he or she will be closing that property at that certain date, which is called closing date. In short, the assignment is giving me some freedom to sell my property before the closing date, and it is taken over by some other person who will be continuing the contract. Now, assignment can be in contractual assignments, or it can be lease assignments. So let's look into that. Contract assignments is the transfer of purchase agreement. For example, if you bought a property and now you transfer the title or the agreement to some other person, as I said, that will be assignee. You transfer the contract to that person and it is taken care by them moving forward. Lease agreement belongs to the rentals, where tenant can assign their lease agreement to another tenant. This way they are no longer associated with that lease. The new tenant will take over and actually take over the rules and obligations mentioned in that lease. Next, we look at benefits of assignment. So number one, flexibility. As I briefly mentioned, you have flexibility in terms of transferring certain purchase agreement to another party before the closing date. Profit potential. A lot of investors or homeowners do it in terms of earning a profit. For example, you bought something in 2020, but before closing in 24, you sell it in 2023. A lot of people look for profit and hence people invest in it. Assignments can open doors to a lot of investors that need work or that allow investors to invest in a property without taking any ownership. Now we look at the most important part of the video, the assignment process. The important thing here is that we will go through the step that include an assignment process. At the same time, I'm looking at a real life example that will help you understand all these processes. Please watch till the end to understand the whole process. I will also take a little bit of help of my friend so I can share all the examples properly. Initial story, in 2020, John Smith bought a pre-construction condo from ABC developer at $400,000 with an initial down payment of 20%. 20% is $80,000 of the $400,000 purchase price. He signed the original agreement of purchase agreement with the ABC developer. The condo is supposed to close in 2024. So in 2023, John discovers that he will be relocating to another city. Of course, because he's relocating to another city, and if he's planning to buy a home there, he would not be able to hold on to this pre-construction condo. Fortunately for John, he has an assignment clause in his contract to take benefit of. So one caution here I'll mention: when you buy a pre-construction project, make sure you have assignment clause, because some developers do include assignment clause, others do not. And thirdly, some developers may charge you a fee. So it's very important that you look into it and take benefit of it. So step number one is finding a buyer. Because John is relocating, he needs to find a buyer who can take over this assignment clause, and then he has no longer association with this condo. Of course, one way to do it, he has to connect with a real estate professional who can help him through this process. Other way some people might do is connecting with real estate groups, networking, or any other resources that can help you sell this condo through assignment. So the first step, finding a buyer. John connects with a realtor and assign the realtor this work. Realtor now move forwards. Through his network, he founds Jane Smith. Jane Smith was looking for a deal on a condo, and she liked what John has, and she would like to take over the condo assignment. So step number two, negotiating the terms. Once a signer has a assignee, in this case John found Jane Smith through a realtor, now the important thing is they have to negotiate the terms, look at all the details, assignment fee, etc., and make sure everything is done properly. As an assignee, Jane decides to make the purchase and agrees to perform all the unit and its obligations outlined in agreement of purchase and sale. John has decided to sell the contract to Jane Smith. Due to changes in the market, certain changes have happened. So in this case, agreement purchase is done. Assignment price is now $500,000. The original purchaser is John Smith. The new purchaser, which is the assignee, is Jane Smith. The vendor, the developer, is ABC Development. So step number 3, creating an assignment agreement. The assignment agreement is crucial. It's always important to put everything in writing. The assignment agreement should enclose all the details, including purchase price, assignment fee, and confirmation that the new buyer will assume all the rules and regulations or obligations of the assignment. In this case, as I said, assignment purchase price by John Smith to Jane Smith, the assignee, is $180,000 due immediately. As you remember, we purchased the condo at $400,000. John now sold it at $500,000. That is a difference of $100,000. Plus John placed $80,000 deposit. So 100 plus 80 is $180,000. So the $180,000 is immediately upon signing of the purchase and agreement due from Jane Smith to the assigner John Smith. The time amount and time frame for this payment can also be negotiated depending on buyer to buyer. Sometimes it can be delayed as well, as I said, depending on the parties involved in the agreement. Step 4, notification to the seller. Once, as a signer, I found the assignee and everything is in place, now you inform the ABC Developments. The agreement of ABC Developments for this is important as well. Mostly in this situation, a lot of developers are fine as long as there's another buyer who's okay and qualified to take the assignment. Now, as Jane Smith took over, just to give you a brief, in 2024, Jane will look into this condo. John Smith is out of the picture. In 2024, there will be interim occupancy that takes place. In interim occupancy, Jane Smith will move into the condo. However, interim occupancy means based on city's requirements, it is safe to move into the condo. That's why Jane Smith is moving into it. However, she will be making occupancy fee payment. At this point, there won't be any mortgage payments. There won't be any property taxes until the condo is registered and the previous part is done, and now she can start making her mortgage payments and property taxes, and occupancy fee is eliminated. At this time, when the property or the condo is registered, the title is now properly transferred on Jane Smith's name. She is the owner of the condo and considered as a new purchaser. And as I said, the mortgage and property taxes, everything gets registered automatically throughout that process. Lastly, we look at challenges and considerations. Potential pitfalls. As I said, not all contracts allow you to do assignment. Be very careful. You read the whole contract, understand if there's assignment clause or not. If there's assignment clause, what is included in assignment clause. This is very serious, so please make sure you look into this. Due diligence. All the contracts from different developers are done according to their rules and regulations. So it's very important that you do your due diligence, understand the contract. In case you want your lawyer to read it, please make sure your lawyer reads the contract. Legal advice, as I said, if you have to make sure you do not understand anything, it's okay to take legal advice. End of the day, what I'm trying to make sure You understand all these are legal matters. Everything needs to be done thoroughly. So in conclusion, number one, key points. Today we explored the topic of assignments. We also looked at different types of assignments. What are the benefits, the process, and challenges involved? Remember, the assignments can be a very powerful tool in your investment portfolio. So before you get into it, there's always important, look at this video or learn other information on assignments. If you like the video and you would like to see more topics like this, please share this with your family and friends. Subscribe to Awais Surahyo show. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions, or please comment below so I can assist you accordingly. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Once you do that, you will get all the insights and wonderful videos in the future. Once again, I'm Awais, always your friend. Keep tuning in, keep investing. I'll see you in the next episode.